Right, let's talk about Germany versus Paraguay, round of 32, World Cup knockout football. And I know what you're thinking, Germany should just roll through this, move on, job done, and maybe they will. But here's the thing that's bothering me. Germany just lost to Ecuador in the group stage, a team that came into that match needing a result just to stay alive. And Ecuador got it, 2-1, a proper defeat. And look, yes, Germany had already qualified. Yes, Nagelsmann was managing load, but Kimmich played. Rüdiger played, Musiala played 90 minutes. The starters were out there, and they still lost. So you've got Germany walking into a knockout game with the Ecuador result sitting fresh in their memory, some legitimate questions about their cohesion in midfield, and Paraguay on the other side who have, genuinely, shown they can defend for their lives. This is not a free win, that's the angle. Germany looked dangerous in patches but leaky at the back and slightly disjointed in the middle. Paraguay are compact, physical, uncomfortable to play against, and they beat Turkey with 10 men. 10 men for the entire second half, and held on. So this is not just Germany cruising into the last 16. Germany needs to actually turn up. Let's start with Germany. 6 points, group winners. But that Ecuador defeat has left a mark. Musiala himself admitted after the game that Ecuador had more hunger than them. Kimmich said in his own words, "We lost the ball too often and made the opponent stronger." That's a captain calling out his own team, in public, before a knockout game. And it wasn't just the result, it was how it happened. Cheap turnovers in midfield, poor shape, Musiala getting physically bullied and unable to create. The kind of problems that don't fix themselves in 4 days. Germany also went into that Ecuador match without 2 players. Nico Schlotterbeck is out of the entire tournament with injury, and Nathaniel Brown, the left back who had a brilliant opening stretch, sat out with a knock, and his absence was noticeable, so the defensive depth isn't perfect. But here's the other side of it. Germany are still 4th favorites to win the whole tournament according to Opta. They scored 10 goals across 3 group games. Denis Undav came off the bench against Ivory Coast and was sensational. He's arguably their most dangerous attacking outlet right now, and he barely starts. Florian Wirtz has 2 assists already. Kai Havertz is in form for club and country. There is serious quality in this squad, so Germany come in feeling slightly stung, slightly below their best, but aware they have the tools to be much better. Paraguay's story is completely different. They came back to the World Cup for the first time since 2010. Their first game was a 4-1 hammering by the United States. That result could have broken them. Instead they came back, beat Turkey 1-0 with the fastest goal of the tournament, 65 seconds, then had Miguel Almirón sent off before halftime, and held on with 10 men for the entire second half. That's not luck, that's character. Then against Australia in the final group game, with nothing but pride and goal difference at stake, Alfaro set up a 5-man backline and ground out a 0-0, a completely professional result. They secured their 4 points and their place in the knockout stage. Paraguay come here as the underdogs, but they don't feel like a team that's scared. They feel like a team that knows exactly what they are, and who are comfortable making this as ugly as possible. Germany under Nagelsmann want to control. That's the foundation. High possession, quick circulation, press in transition, get bodies forward through the wide areas, and centrally through the attacking midfield. The shape is usually a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 depending on who's in the midfield. The double pivot, Kimmich and either Pavlovic or Enmecha, is supposed to recycle possession and cover space. That's the plan. The execution, however, has been patchy. In the first 2 games, Germany had periods where they completely dominated. The 7-1 against Curaçao was efficient. The 2-1 comeback win over Ivory Coast, particularly the late period, showed real quality. Kimmich was dangerous from set pieces, Wirtz and Musiala creating in the half spaces. The problem is the spells in between. Against Ivory Coast, Germany were outplayed for large chunks in the middle of the match. Against Ecuador, they were the same. There are stretches in every game where they lose control of midfield. The press drops, the structure gets a bit loose, and suddenly they're chasing the game rather than dictating it. Musiala is the player everyone is watching. At his best, he's close to unplayable, dribbling through lines, drawing fouls, finding space that shouldn't be there. But he's had a frustrating tournament so far. Physical sides have found that they can just body him. And with referees not handing out many cards for rough challenges, players like Musiala are getting targeted. The wide areas matter a lot. Left back Nathaniel Brown, if he's fit, is a serious weapon. His runs forward, his crossing, and his defensive contribution were important, and Germany looked different without him against Ecuador. On the right side, Leroy Sané has been inconsistent. Flickers of brilliance, then disappears for long stretches. But when he's on, he's genuinely difficult to stop one-on-one. Kai Havertz is interesting. He missed most of the season with injury but has contributed well. Deniz's Undav coming off the bench has been electric. 3 goals and 2 assists in just 86 minutes of football across the tournament. Nagelsmann has a real decision to make about how long he keeps Undav on the bench. Germany's attacking quality is real. Their defensive structure without Schlotterbeck is a genuine concern. Rüdiger and Tah are good defenders individually, but they can be caught by pace in transition. And Manuel Neuer, for all his legendary status, has not kept a clean sheet in 19 Germany appearances going back years. Paraguay don't care about possession, they genuinely don't. Their entire approach is built around being difficult to beat, creating disruption, and exploiting transitions. Alfaro sets them up in a 5-3-2 or a 5-4-1 depending on the opponent. The 5-man backline gives them bodies in defensive positions, with the wing-backs providing width when they go forward. The midfield 3, usually Cubas anchoring, with Diego Gomez and Galarza around him, is designed to be compact, hard to play through, and quickly mobile when Paraguay win the ball. They win more duels than almost any team in this tournament, over 121 duel attempts per game, the highest in the competition. They only win about half of them, but the volume means they are consistently contesting every ball, every header, every tackle. It wears you down, physically and mentally. They also possess the ball fast when they have it, the highest possession count per game of any team in this World Cup. Short, sharp sequences, get it and go. Going forward, the weight is on Julio Enciso, the young forward who has the technical ability to unlock things in tight spaces. Against Turkey, he created the first goal, almost scored himself, and was their most dangerous threat. Diego Gomez from Brighton can carry the ball forward and has a bit of quality about him. Sanabria leads the line up top, but doesn't get many chances. He doesn't need to, really. His job is to hold, press, win headers, and be the focal point. When something comes to him, he needs to take it. What they showed against Australia is probably most relevant here. They chose a 5 at the back, limited Australia to almost nothing meaningful, controlled the tempo through discipline and organization, and never panicked. That's exactly what they'll try to do against Germany. The one thing working against them here is suspension. Gustavo Gomez, their captain and defensive leader, picked up a yellow card against Australia and is suspended for this match. That's a significant loss. He organizes the back 5, wins headers, makes the tackles. Fabian Balbuena is the likely replacement, and he has experience, but it's a blow. Here it is, stripped down. Germany want rhythm, Paraguay want friction. Germany want to move the ball quickly, use Wirtz and Musiala in central areas, get Sané into one-on-ones on the right, and build combinations that eventually pull the Paraguay shape apart. They want a high tempo, vertical game where their quality in possession eventually tells. Paraguay want the opposite. They want to compress space, force Germany wide, make the game disconnected and physical, win duels, win second balls, frustrate the forwards, and wait for a moment of chaos to counter through Enciso or Sanabria. Germany have the tools to win the match. Paraguay have the tools to ruin the match. Think about it this way. If Germany play with freedom, tempo, quick passing, Musiala finding space, Wirtz pulling the strings, Paraguay are in serious trouble because they don't have the individual quality to live with that for 90 minutes. But if Paraguay can make it scrappy and difficult in the first 30 minutes, knock Germany off their rhythm, and keep it tight past the hour mark, then suddenly it's anyone's game. This is pace and precision against structure and chaos. And Paraguay, to their credit, are very good at creating chaos. This might honestly decide the game. Germany need a fast start. They need to put Paraguay under pressure early, get in behind the back 5 before they are settled, and make the job harder for Alfaro. If Germany are slow, tentative, still affected by the Ecuador loss, Paraguay will sit in, organize themselves, and the game becomes a wall. Nobody wants that game. Well, Paraguay do. That's the point. The knockout stage changes the context entirely. If Germany score first, Paraguay have to come out. That opens space for Musiala, Wirtz, Undav, and Germany should be too good. If Paraguay somehow score first, through a set piece, a counter, an individual moment, then you've got a proper match on your hands. Germany chasing, Paraguay defending, the Ecuador blueprint. I'm not saying it'll happen, I'm saying it's not impossible. Kimmich versus Cubas, the control battle. Kimmich needs to be clean in possession, move the ball quickly, and keep Germany's passing patterns alive. If Cubas and the Paraguay midfield can win duels, force Kimmich into rushed passes, and disrupt the rhythm, Germany's attacking threats stop before they start. Musiala and Wirtz need service. They need the midfield to work. If Paraguay do win the ball, and they will, multiple times, Enciso is the danger. His pace, his movement in the half spaces, his ability to find pockets behind a high line. Germany's fullbacks have pushed forward in every game. The space behind them is real. If Enciso can attack that space 2 or 3 times, Paraguay have a route to goal. Kimmich is a serious set-piece threat. Against Ivory Coast, he was involved in almost everything from corners and free kicks. Paraguay, now without Gomez, are slightly weaker aerially than they were. This could matter. Undav. That's the card Nagelsmann holds. If it's tight at 60 minutes, Undav off the bench changes the dynamic. He came on against Ivory Coast and turned the game. He is frighteningly effective in limited minutes. If Paraguay are holding on at 0-0 or 1-0, the introduction of Undav is a genuine problem. Germany need to play fast but not rushed, and there is a difference. Fast football is dangerous. Rushed football is just giving the ball away with enthusiasm and hoping nobody notices. They need to get the ball moving quickly in central areas and force Paraguay's back five to make decisions. Not hold it. Not try elaborate dribbles in their own half. Move it. Get it to Wirtz or Musiala with space ahead of them, not with 3 players around them. They also need to be compact defensively in a way they haven't always been. Paraguay's transitions are fast. Enciso will run. If Rüdiger and Tar are flat or slow to step, that's a problem. Germany cannot have the same loose moments in midfield that gifted Ecuador their equalizer. The turnover from Amecha, the failure to close quickly, that kind of thing kills you in knockout football. Get the wide areas going. If Sané is on form, he should be winning his one-on-ones. Get the ball to him early, get him running at Paraguay's wingbacks and put the width on them. Paraguay's wingbacks are going to have a busy defensive night if Germany play it right. And honestly, start Undav. I know Nagelsmann trusts Havertz, and Havertz has contributed well. But Undav's energy and movement against a low block is exactly what this match calls for. Though Nagelsmann will probably disagree, he usually does. Paraguay need to make the first 15 minutes as uncomfortable as possible. High duels, physical contact on every ball, win the second balls. Let Germany know it's going to be a proper fight. If Paraguay start nervously, back off and let Germany settle. It's going to be a long evening. They need Enciso sharp and available on transitions. Every time Paraguay win the ball in their own half, the first thought has to be forward. Find Enciso in space, stretch Germany, make them track back. Don't just circulate in defensive positions. Use the speed they have. Set-piece defending will be critical. Without Gomez, they need Alonso and the other defenders to be aggressive, brave, and first to every ball. Kimmich will deliver quality. Paraguay have to match it. If they can keep it 0-0 past the hour mark, the pressure on Germany increases. Nagelsmann will be sweating. The crowd's expectations rise. Germany, who conceded in the 9th minute against Ecuador from a simple turnover, have shown they can be broken when they're feeling the weight of a game. Paraguay need to make Germany feel that weight. And whatever happens, stay 11 men. After the Almirón red card against Turkey, they played the entire second half a man down. They survived it. But you cannot rely on that discipline holding for another knockout match. No silly challenges, no mouth covering, no red cards under the new rules. Stay on the pitch. Right, different scenarios. If Germany score first, which I think is the most likely outcome if they come out with the right intensity, Paraguay will have to open up. That's when the German quality takes over. Enciso's threat becomes limited when they're chasing the game. Germany should win comfortably in that scenario. If it's 0-0 after 60 minutes, the pressure shifts entirely. Germany start rushing, their patterns break. Paraguay's organization gets more confident. Enciso gets one clear chance, and at that point anything can happen. Extra time is a real possibility. If Paraguay score first, unlikely but possible from a set piece, a counter, or a moment of German defensive confusion, then we've got a completely different match. Germany chasing, Paraguay defending. That's Paraguay's dream scenario. They held a 1-goal lead against Turkey with 10 men. They can certainly do it with 11. My prediction is Germany 2-0 Paraguay. But I'm not saying that like it's some easy casual stroll through the park. Germany need to manage this properly, get that first goal quickly, and stop making the defensive errors that have crept into their game across the group stage. If they do that, the quality difference is too much. Wirtz, Musiala, Undav off the bench. Paraguay simply don't have the firepower to stay level against a Germany that's switched on. But if Germany come out slow, unsettled, and let Paraguay make it ugly, then we're talking about another Ecuador. And nobody in Germany wants to be talking about another Ecuador. June 29th. Gillette Stadium. This one is not straightforward. You've been warned.